What I didn't like, I was like the fattest dude in Japan, though. No, I'm serious. Listen, America's obese rate 42%, Japan 3%. Oh shit! Heard everybody's fat souls in here. I'm sorry. Think how I felt when I was over there, man. You know, I looked like a roach in a bowl of rice. Yeah, it was tough.
What's up, man? How you been? How's everything going? How's that life?
It's been cool, bro. Been busy. You know how it goes. I know you got some kids going on over there.
Bro, I got a whole rap pack, homie. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just training them jujitsu or what?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make a fight team, you know what I mean? Just a whole squad of Ninja Turtles. Introduce yourself, describe your style and where you're located, and then we'll kind of get into some of the stuff that
My name is Izzy, man. I've been traveling around for a while. My home base is in Arizona. Did conventions for a long, long time. Kind of just settled down now, doing the family thing. Still cool to see my boys though across the way. It's been cool.
Wait, how long has it been since when was the last convention? What was it?
My last convention, bro, had to be Denver, like a few years ago, like 3 years ago or 4 years ago.
Before COVID, right?
Yeah, right before COVID. I don't think I did after.
What about your style? What would you say?
I just like black and gray realism, bro. I mean, anything realistic is cool.
Hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. It's on, nigga. Fuck all that bickering beat. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek. Your heartbeat sound like Sasquatch feet. Thundering, shaking.
What do you want to do? You know,
still keeping it custom, but kind of accommodating the clients, right?
It's definitely more personal. You know what I mean? When somebody's hit me, I design everything the day of. You know, people are like, hey, can you design this beforehand? And you know how it goes. Sometimes, a lot of times, they're just switching it up.
Right.
You know, like, oh, well, I just want to go with this way. I'd just rather be on the same page, design it right there.
Yeah.
And then lay it down, you know?
You were, are you from there, that area?
Yeah, I'm from Arizona, like from Phoenix. And
Phoenix. Okay, and then, so who opened up the shop? Who started it and all that? Like, how long you guys been there at that shop? What's the name of the shop?
That shop's called it was If Tattoo Studio and Collective Art. It's like 2 in 1, bro. It's like I opened up a shop in East Mesa, part of Phoenix, you know what I mean, outside of Phoenix, for like 4 years, and that's where me and C's worked together. Then we moved with Victor. Vic has If Tattoo Studio, and then they just expanded, and now C's and Victor are partners. And we've been there like, I think it was like 13 years going on now.
Wow, 13 years. How did you get approached with this whole reconstructive, like the tattoo stuff? How did that kick off even? Because I remember you were one of the ones that was pushing it in that area, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I had a client and she got breast cancer, you know, unfortunately. And then you just kind of see like what her whole family went through. And it just sucked, bro. Then she came to me and she's like, hey, can you do something like this? And she showed me like the 3D nipple and areola, you know what I mean, on the breast. And I was like, yeah, you ain't said nothing, you know? So I did that for
portrait.
her.
This is like a micro portrait.
Yeah, it's like a micro portrait.
Hey, what was your first response though? Because I know some stuff gets shown to me. And at first glance, I'm kind of like, okay, how am I going to take this on? As the client's talking, us as artists, we're in our head, we're connecting the dots to how could we take this conversation? Because you know what I mean? Sometimes they'll show me something. I'm like, how can I redirect this homeboy to not allow him to get this tattoo? But then this is something serious, and you're like, oh shoot, I never got like approached this way, right? What was your initial like?
I think it's different, bro. Because I mean, on both sides of like, hey man, like we're not gonna do the first page of Google, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like, let's not do that. It's not gonna look that cool.
Yeah.
And then and this was just a little bit different because you're just looking at it. I didn't understand how serious it was my first time doing it, like honestly. Just being real, like women identify themselves by them breasts more than men do. You know what I mean? Right. And so it's super, super like personal to them. And a lot of times I would do these tattoos and they'd call me later, like, you don't even understand. Like, I didn't even look in the mirror, like when I got out of the shower. Like I didn't understand, I didn't even know. They would disassociate and not know it. And what I do is I mean, I'm really good at it now. I've been doing it for probably like 8 years.
Wow.
With the reconstruction. And when I first got into it, girl was just like, can you do it? I did it. And she's like, hey, my surgeon wants to meet you. And bro, I'm, you know what I mean, neighborhood kid at a street shop, you know what I mean, in front of a biker bar. And I'm like, oh man, like what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and here I am in Scottsdale, like, I don't know, the surgeon, I still work with her today. And she's just like, you don't know what you have. Like I have others that do this, but what you do is different. And you know what it is when you're photocopying something, like I feel like a lot of artists have that way better than any, you know what I mean, cosmetic type stuff goes. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's an actual picture. You know, you're not doing circle where it looks like some stickers or something. You know.
Well, there's a different route too as artists, and not to knock on, because that's a whole different industry too, like the whole permanent cosmetics, right? But there are people that just started or they just wanted to pick that up. I've had a few that reached out to me asking me about, I guess they're trying to cross that bridge and not to tattoo, but they're asking me questions about like the rotaries and the inks, right? Because now there's some tattoo companies that they're selling inks, but they're also now incorporating the permanent cosmetic inks.
Yeah, I'm really glad they started doing that, honestly, man.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when we first started, I mean, you didn't know what you got. If you didn't know the name of the brand, you're like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
And to me, seeing the cosmetic stuff, I was like, that looks like all the shit we used back in the day.
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
Like, that's all faded.
Looks like my 101 eBay best highest bidder.
Yeah, bro. And it's cool because World Famous came out with a whole nipple set. Bro. You know what I mean? For an areola set. And it's like, I think it's like 12 inks deep.
This surgeon contacted you, and then what? You guys decided to you moved in there at their spot. They had their own space.
I didn't. So I didn't have to do that. She just showed me how to write. You know what I mean? So it was like write billing codes and write a receipt, and pretty much do the work for the insurance. You know what I mean? Because she helped me out big there, bro. You know what I mean? You know, it's just like anything, real estate. You do the work for them. Like, okay, let's do this deal.
Yeah.
So she showed me how to write the receipts I could give to clients so they can get reimbursed, you know, from their insurance. So
how many people are doing that in your area?
Not a whole bunch. You know, I'll see some here and there, but they don't really last, you know. And if I do hear about them, I don't hear about them much, you know, and that could change. You know what I mean? That could change. Somebody could be dope as hell over here, you know, doing the same stuff. But
yeah,
as far as me, like I don't know any, you know what I mean? I don't really look out for it either, you know.
Right.
It's been word of mouth and just picking up surgeons over the years.
They kind of just refer you now.
Yeah, somebody hear about me, and then it's kind of hard to walk into like a doctor's office looking like this. Like, let me take your clients on, you know.
Yeah, so, dude, you woke up like you're expecting to see, you know, doctor school or something, you know.
No, definitely.
That's pretty awesome to be able to do that for people, because in our own experiences, aside of just focusing on that, like the things we've done for surgery, like covering up scars, you know, things that are people don't want to get reminded anymore, or it's kind of like affecting their, like they have that self-consciousness and they don't want to, like you said, I have people walk in and they have these issues where they're not comfortable in their own skin, and then they come get a tattoo. We change that for them, you know, or we give them something.
Around, man. I feel you, dude.
What did you do? What did you do before this? When did you start tattooing?
I started tattooing in 2004, and it was like kitchen magician stuff before I got into apprenticeship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there wasn't no YouTube or nothing back then. You know how it was.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. You're like, hey man, sit down, you know. But I started tattooing in 2004, doing my own thing. You know, it was like a barber cutting hair, and then started tattooing, and then finally got an apprenticeship. You know what I mean? Probably like
how long did it take you? How long did it take you to decide I'm gonna get into a shop like it's time to do this the right way?
I think I always had my goal set to get into a shop. Once I started tattooing, it was like kind of like a way out, because you've seen all the magazines, man. Everybody was traveling around, they were doing their thing. I'm like, man, how are they here?
Yeah.
And it was just like, it looked like an only way out for me, you know?
Right.
And like towards that stuff. And then here we are, bro. We done seen each other all kind of in a different country, in a different state, you know?
Before you started to tattoo though, what did you do as far as like, you having your 9 to 5 at the time? Or?
Yeah, I did. I used to paint cars.
Okay.
I was an auto body, bro, for a while. And
nothing crazy though. You didn't do any graphics on cars, just straight.
I worked at a Harley shop for just a little bit. You know what I mean? We mask up flames, stuff like that.
Okay.
But mostly it was like industry insurance jobs, you know. Stuff.
Say you're always working with insurances.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, man, that's where it's at. You know,
that's where it's at. What made you want to start tattooing?
I think I could just draw better than all my friends, man. They're like, you should get a tattoo gun, you know?
Yeah.
What? I didn't even know how to put that thing together, man. And started doing it, and oh man, messing everybody up, bro. Honestly, I started, but it was like, you know how it goes, bro. It's like, fuck, man, I didn't know shit when I started.
Yeah,
it's been like 19 years now.
Your first apprenticeship. How long did you apprentice before you started to really like? Because how was it in your area? Did you grow up? Did you come up in a what is it, East Side Phoenix, or what was it?
Yeah, I was like East Mesa, bro.
Oh,
So
East Mesa. What's that area like?
It's not it wasn't grown back then, you know.
Sure.
It's like kind of oaky, bro. You know what I mean? You know, it's townish for sure, you know. Like I came from Phoenix and then I moved to Mesa, and it was just a different vibe out here, bro. You know,
yeah,
a lot of desert, a lot of different stuff.
Right, because I only know like Scottsdale, Mesa, Phoenix, like just general Phoenix. I would just hear about West Phoenix.
Yeah.
Is that like where it's still kind of like, I guess, any west side of anywhere, right?
Yeah, west side anywhere still hood as hell.
Yeah.
You know, so you got like all the Phoenixes, you know what I mean? It's just saturated out there as far as like people and city and vibes, and people are newer and hip and they're just with it. You know, it's like on the town stuff, it's a little bit different, you know. Yeah. It's like the Wild West out here. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, the Wild West. Yeah, you guys still over there. Outlaw stuff, huh?
Yeah, man. So tattooing out here, I got my first apprenticeship. It was like 11 months. You know, I did 11 months, and finally, like, I would just come in and I was trying. I could draw. I could do this. I could, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, get better. And I remember like the first dude that he was like, "Did you rush this?" I'm like, "No." Like I've been working on that all night. You know. And he was like, "You mind if I draw on this real quick?" And he just like went over my whole drawing, bro. This tattoo artist. I'm like,
dang,
low key, bro. I'm like, and it looked way better, of course. I'm like, damn, this fall. I go, I guess I am. He goes, come back another time. You know, when you're serious about it. I'm like, shit. And I just kept coming, and finally, I got let in. And they're like, well, just show up when you can. You know, show up when you can. And I just went there every day, bro. And I just, you know what I mean, shot bitch, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This shit. I'm like, man, if I was there every day and then finally got a job, you know, when you're there every day for a maybe, bro, you know what I mean? It kind of shows some shit, you know?
Would you say your apprenticeship was very that old school where you're getting like needles tossed at you or whatever? You have to go back, scrub tubes, and like, you know, because some people had it hard. And I hear some apprenticeships, respect to the two other cats that really tried this out. They were youngsters at the time. I kind of sat with them and I had a evaluation for them. And I was like, I'm not trying to stop this for you. I could ask you what's your motive right now? As I don't know if you want to, because obviously we could say we're up to this point established to a certain degree where obviously we'll keep pushing, but it's harder for someone to get there. It didn't happen overnight, and people didn't see the responsibilities per se, where you could still choose another career, man. I'm not trying to steer you away, even though you already put in X amount of time, but you know, the one that did stick it out, she's been grinding with me for 6-7 years now, bro. And you know, she's been here, and that's one of those things, that same thing, persistent. I would say that at one point I had the same conversation with her, and that was because then on our end, we as a mentor, bro, which even to this day, I still feel like if somebody walks through that door when you wanted to start to get into tattooing, you walk to the door and you come to me and you're like, hey, I want to learn. You can show up, but my time to show you probably can agree on it, is hard, because now we're almost like that parent, not just a mentor. And I don't want to be someone's parent at the same time, where it's like, look, man, there's times where we would butt heads, me and one of the apprentices, because maybe we're just too close, too good at homies, where it was hard to learn. You got to really wake up one day to say, I don't want to do this one. You know, you have to cut that out of your head to not, you know, to not lose that interest. Keep a higher motive where I give myself no other option but to make it in this.
Yeah.
So like with your apprenticeship, how was it? How would you say like the struggles that you went through? And
I feel like the struggles were definitely there, bro. Like I said, I already had a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was always hustling. I was selling flash. I would, you know what I mean? I was doing what I knew how to do at the time. And then when I finally got my apprenticeship, it was just, like I said, every day I was there. I mean, I think I was making like $12 an hour, maybe 11, when I quit doing auto body. Like I was an auto body helper, you know, it wasn't a whole bunch, but I was like, all right, I got to make $96 a day. If I can do that, you know what I mean? Just did the 8-hour math, you know, if I can do that, $96 a day, like I'll be okay. And I remember going into the shop and I'd be there every day. And I'd see these fools getting guap, dude. It's just like handed $300 or I'm gonna tip you $96. Like what? Like this is wild. Like I'm like, there ain't no way. I mean, it was motivation every day.
Yeah,
I think it was enough motive to get out. Like what it was. And when you're younger, that that whole tattoo shop in front of a bar. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit different.
That's
bro.
where it was, right? It was in front of a bar.
Yeah,
so you had all that traffic.
Yeah, we had a lot of traffic, and it wasn't like the traffic you want, but it was enough to like get started in the industry, like where people
pay your
like,
dues.
Yeah, that's
right?
it.
Yeah.
And 11 months, you know what I mean? Like I said, from ripping paper towels to scrubbing tubes.
Yeah.
And you know, you just, you know, you kind of scummed up, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yeah.
But it builds you, bro. It builds you. Like people are like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you know, when you got people talking to you like you're stupid, but they're like, made $1,000 today. You're like, damn, yeah, I'm trying to be here.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Hey.
Other artists that I spoke to, man, everybody had that role model of the shop owner pulling up like in a brand new Lincoln or a Cadillac, G'd out, you know, on bags or something. They're like, that's another thing too, bro. You can't be laid all this facade of the material, you know, memes or whatever out there about the whole like broke artist and the balling season and the broke season, right?
Yeah, bro.
A lot of that, bro, you got to be smart with it, man. A lot of people get lost in that sauce, you know what I mean?
Oh, bro, hands down. Yeah, I think we all have, man. We're like, oh my God. Like, remember my first $1,000 day, bro. I was like shitting my pants. Like, this is crazy. It was like my first year of tattooing, and I'm like, there's no way. I show up at 11, I stayed till 4 a.m. Show up at 11, stayed till 4 a.m. And
that's crazy though. But think about those hours, dude. That can't be healthy.
Well, it's not. It ain't no family hours. I'll tell you that.
Oh no, not at all.
And when you see that and you're in control of your own deal, you'll learn real quick you ain't got no financial literacy at all. You know, it's like you can come from here like, oh, I just want to be up here, but you just adjust your mentality. It's like, oh,
that's crazy.
I don't know what I did with the first year of my income, bro. I couldn't tell you. You know what I mean? It was
wild, right?
Horrible, bro. You know.
I think between street shops and my very first few conventions and doing that repetitive, doing that kind of gave us that PTSD. Listen to yourself. You just took what, 2-3 days off, and that's unheard of, bro.
Yeah, right, right.
That's like travel time, if anything. You know, I remember, man, that conventions and I think doing that so much, it just spun that gear shifted a lot. Our pace of work, our work ethic was just like, bam, bam, bam. For that long.
A quick shout out to Helios Tattoo Supplies, one of the newest sponsors for the podcast. I'm proud to be a sponsored pro team member using their needles on the daily. Next time you're thinking about stocking up on supplies, head over to the website heliostattoos.com. Thanks again to Helios for sponsoring myself as an artist and sponsoring the pod. Now back to the show.
When did you start traveling conventions? What year was it?
The first convention, I want to say like 2012. I want to say it was maybe right in there.
Was that local there, like in Arizona?
Yeah, it was local, bro. It was a local one. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I was just like, okay, cool. And that was the first local. I met Vic and C's at that convention, both of them, you know?
Wow.
And we ended up just, you know what I mean? Energy just stayed.
Yeah, man.
Throughout the years. Yeah, bro. So that was like the first one. And then after that, I feel like it was trying to get into different conventions. And, you know, back in the day, people were like, nah. You know what I mean? Like,
the certain ones were like the invite only, like the invitationals. If you're doing enough of those, though, being exposed to that convention, the very first, all this work that's coming up, it's like walk-ins at a shop, but every second you're just like new walk-in. You're just like hungry for that, right?
Yeah.
It's hard for some people to get off that track, that treadmill where it's like, imagine that one speed that doesn't slow down. And I was doing them so much, it felt like every day I woke up, I thought I had that mentality, that convention mentality, and I had to like somehow back away from that at one point. I had to retrain myself to, you know, like you said, now that was an eye opener to see how I used to run the machine 100 miles an hour to now I'm like,
nonstop. You know? I remember I'm like, man, how the hell? I know I show up, you pop up random places. I'm like, damn, there's Omar again. Here he is.
Oh, dude. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about when I first met you. We were in Puerto Rico. That's when I first met you.
Oh, no, bro. It was New York.
Was it New York?
Did you do the New York show, right? With the casino?
Yeah.
That one.
Which one was it though? Because was it Jersey or?
No, I don't know.
I was thinking about that. When did I meet you? Was it Puerto Rico or was it?
It was before Puerto Rico because I remember seeing you in Puerto Rico and I had met you at a different state.
Okay.
And we were at this club in Puerto Rico and I thought it was a fucking gay bar. And I was like, damn, what's all these fools? But you know how Puerto Ricans are just real huggy and shit.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, man, I think we're in a gay bar, but it was like these fools have some badass chicks. You know what I
We
mean?
just love you, bro. It's
I
all.
know, they just love. That's it.
Love.
They just real touchy and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
I remember like the vibe was kind of dying. We're like, oh, maybe we'll head back to the hotel. And I remember like being at my like a low peak energy, bro. And I turned to the left and I seen your ass and the whole crew, and I was like, oh shit, like what's up? Like, damn, because I didn't know you guys were there in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, man. From
how small the industry is, huh?
Crazy, like, dude. I was all these conventions, they started to seem like the family reunions, you know, because we would all meet.
That's exactly what it is, bro.
That's what it was, dude.
Like, you ain't gotta like everybody there, but you sure as hell you might as well say what's up because we're gonna be there a while.
And then that's how, you know, I think that was like a ritual to go around and just see every booth if you can.
Yeah.
Because eventually you started doing them all, and I would see like guys from the other shows or whatever, and then that's how you pick up guest spots, you know, and then you meet up people, they're down to do the travels, or some guys that are like kind of they're riding off the radar, but they're actually like amazing artists. So we met up in Puerto Rico. It just seemed like you're walking around with the big family, you know?
Yeah, man.
I used to do automotive also, but I was doing like diagnostics tech. I was plugging in like the computers and things like that, right?
Yeah.
With the jobs that we used to do, there's no way we would have seen any of that.
Yeah, lucky we seen the parts guy, you know what I mean?
And I remember going to the local R7-Eleven or whatever and getting those tattoo magazines.
Yeah.
Or the bookstores, and that's where I would get all the 411 and all the new conventions.
Right, everybody's name.
Yeah,
I remember
dude.
messaging in them like, man, I just seen your artwork. This is so dope. And like, man, I didn't even see my artwork in there. Can you send it or something? You know, like
that's crazy, bro.
It's just nuts, man. I miss the older days, you know, when so many cool ass artists, bro. You know, doing a lot of different stuff, and you couldn't see it but in a magazine if somebody put it on, because there wasn't a lot of internet back then.
Right.
Things were popping up all the time. Now, I mean, it's crazy. I think now, man, it's just crazy, bro. Like everywhere we went from, I didn't want to switch to an iPad from paper. You know what I mean?
Dude, I know. I had to like force myself to buy an iPad, and I was the same way, man.
An iPad is like using a cartridge machine. You know what I mean? You're like, nah, I ain't going back.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, it's like I ain't going back, dog. I ain't going back.
So I don't use the coil machines anymore. Obviously, I
got mine sitting right here underneath the desk, bro.
Sad, right?
I haven't used them forever, but
I once in a while I have those, you know, those clients that I've tattooed since, you know, the get for working out that muscle or whatever you want to call it. I'll bust out the coils, but dude, that difference on that hand, I'm like, oh, I remember why.
Yeah, bro. Old Nintendo muscle, all buff, huh? Remember trying to weigh him out with like a next gen grip? You know what I mean? You got
dude, or tying the clip cord around your arm just to give you a little bit of that,
right? You know? Up over your shoulder.
it's like using the old dial-up phones or something, you know?
I know, bro.
Industry inks have been around for a while, and recently they expanded their pigment range. Everything from your primary colors, opaque grays, brand new anime skin tone, bright neon fluorescent tones, gray wash set, and black lining ink. If you haven't yet tried out this high quality pigment, head on over to industryinks.com, and with your order you can take advantage of a special promo code using OUTLOUD for an exclusive discount. Try out their new range for yourself, and thanks again for the partnered sponsorship.
What do you use right now? What kind of machines are you running?
I do the Nova, but the Cheyenne Nova, the battery operated one. I don't know what it's called. It's like a Nova or something.
Yeah. So that's your go-to right now, right?
Now I've been using it for like 4 years, I think, man. I ain't had a problem with it yet, so maybe 4.
You said so. You said you took 3 years off from the shop.
No, not from the shop. I just left the shop for 3 years.
Oh, got you. Just
because it was more professional at the place I was at. I still tattooed out of there, but it wasn't. I was just there for more breast cancer, but I just didn't. It wasn't my vibe, bro. Like I just wasn't.
Was it so that facility where you went to? Whose was it? Was that your like?
Actually, my cousin owned it. It was almost like a medical salon type facility, bro.
Okay.
So it wasn't that like a tattoo shop at all. And it just like, I was trying to be more professional on the professional side, like with the breast cancer clients. Because sometimes you come into the shop and it smells like a dispensary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending on who you're tattooing and shit, you know. And I got my Scottsdale clients coming in to get breast cancer tattoos for insurance jobs. I'm like,
and they're like, you got a drape or a curtain or something?
Yeah. Well, I had my private room back there, but like if I was running late, you know, you got Easy E on the radio and shit.
Yeah. That's respect though, man. You're really trying to accommodate these people, man. That's
I was.
Some artists, they're like, they don't care.
it was a cool little experience. It was enough time off to see like, and then come back and just like, these are my boys, like these are my family. You know what I mean? Like I didn't leave on bad blood or nothing like that. Like we were always brothers. And then when he's like, come back, you know, Caesar's like, come back, man. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like, can't wait. That I walked in and bro, I think there's like 12 of us there, and everybody's a solid ass cat, like energy wise. You know what I mean? You know, it's hard to get like everybody's solid tattooer, you know, solid cat holder. You know what I mean?
They're active with their art. You know what I'm saying? Where if you have your solo, if you have like a solo spot, like just by yourself though, like private, you don't get that kind of crossover unless you're one of those artists that just wants to rent a booth, does his job and bounce. You kind of have a mini community within your shop. You have a lot of artists there, but it's nice to see, like, especially you guys are all active with your art. Hey, like the iron sharpens iron kind of thing, you know, and it must be nice to have that, like that influence too, right? Around you, everybody's like,
absolutely.
And motivation, right?
You said it perfect though, like when you have your own thing, because it was just like my own spot in a spot. You know what I mean? When I was there for 3 years, and when I came back, bro, I was almost like socially awkward. Like, hey, what are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Like, what's cracking on?
Who's this guy on?
You know, like, but it's like I was so excited, like, hey, look what I just tattooed. And you would go get that feedback. Oh, that's tight, or oh, that's dope, or go see somebody else. And man, some of these kids are young over there, and they're cranking them out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you know Thomas Salcido. Like, he's at the shop anyway. He's the one who did like my head and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, when'd you get it done?
So I got it done last May, bro. So, I mean, before, I guess from February to May, I like cranked out just like that whole like top to bottom strip, you know?
Hey, how'd that feel?
It was cool, bro. The top wasn't bad. The back though, man, I'm like, I don't think I ever like tapped out from shit. I was like 5 hours in. I'm like, listen, dog, like we're gonna have to come back to this one.
So I got the back of my head done, and it was Sneaky did it. Sneaky G.
Oh yeah.
He did the back of my head. He did like 3 hours, bro. I was all talking the first hour or something. He did it here at the shop. He was in town also, and they were all talking around the booth, and all of a sudden I got quiet. I was like, all right, nobody talk to me right now. You know, so I started getting that black rat, you know, and I was just there like, oh man.
Yeah, that was I don't know, bro. I don't know what it was. The healing was hard. It wasn't like a tough healing. It was just laying on down, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You can't put no fake skin, no Sanoderm on nothing.
Yeah, it's different.
It was a little rough, man. The top wasn't bad at all. Like that shit healed up pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that looks nice, man.
Yeah, it was probably like on the back of the head was pretty gnarly, you know.
Pretty intense, huh?
Yeah, because we did like 34 hours or something like that.
Oh man.
From top to the back, like down to like, you know what I mean, bottom of my neck. And I'm like, whew. It was a little rough though. You know what I mean? I got some other shit like that, you know, it was spicy, but that one took it for me. I think the older we got, you know what I mean? Like you ain't got no trauma to go to anymore. You're already healed from all this shit.
Yeah.
So you go there and like you go and do 2 things of therapy. You're like, fuck, man, I'm kind of soft now. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, there goes that bit of strength I had.
I know. I was like, damn, and I ain't got nowhere. I have to put on some sad
music. We used to have this like hardened out exterior. You know what I'm saying? Now we're just like soft little sunflowers.
Yeah, that's it, bro. I'm like, damn, one Reiki session away from freaking
dude,
tattooed again. Like,
bro, oh man, I don't know how I sat through a lot of my tattoos. I don't know if I could do it again though. I'll tell you what, man. Give me all the numbing cream, put me under, bro. I'll be one of those guys.
You ain't said nothing, man. I can't believe the stuff they got out today. I mean, from putting people to sleep to just rubbing the shit on the skin. I don't care. Like shit's working when it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's wild to me.
That did not exist when we started.
So it's a big shop, plenty of room. Good energy attracts good energy, bro. You know what I mean? And you know how it is. All the bad people, not bad. I can't call them bad, but you know what I mean? Just the people that didn't belong. Always
different mindsets. Yeah. Different mindsets and different paths, bro. I think that's some people aren't used to the shop. They can't hang in a shop environment, or they're not used to it because they've been so long in whether it's their own little space in the garage.
Yeah, you start dealing with emotions and stuff, or like you get emotional cats or something in there, and it's just it don't mix, bro, with tattooers. You know what I mean? Like real life shit. You know?
Yeah, you gotta have. I'm telling you, man. I think those street shop days, bro. They kind of.
Yeah, they're kind of unheard of now. You know what I mean?
They built you different though.
Yeah, they did, bro. Because ain't nobody care about your feelings in that shop.
Right? There's no such thing as.
Like, yo, fuck, like, you know what I mean? It was like, well, I don't know. Let me see your vagina, fool. Let me see that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you want to cry about it? I feel like that old school mentality was so crazy, though. Like, I feel like we can grow a lot more with these newer, like the kids, man. They're doing great.
Who runs that shop?
C's and Victor both run it.
Okay, that's their hub, huh?
Yeah, that's it, bro. So they both run it up over there. Yeah, bro. It's just cool, man. It's good vibes, bro.
That's tight. How do you see your artistic evolution of? Because I know you're saying black and gray, and obviously you tackle on some color, or don't touch color at all?
I do. I don't post as much.
Yeah,
because it takes a lot out of me. You know what I mean?
Right.
For the color, I still execute it the same. Still looks dope. You know what I mean? Honestly,
yeah, for sure.
But it just takes a lot more time, a lot more effort, and it's like, you know what I mean? When I can pull something like this, black and gray, and
right.
clients like, oh yeah, cool, I'm happy with that. But I'm like, here's 8 hours, guy. You know what I mean? Color tattoo. I'm like, and it looks dope as fuck. But I'm like, you know what I mean? Charging $1,300 for that doesn't go as easy, you know.
Because after you apprentice and you're tattooing, it's hard to say that's when that's like a real breakthrough, you know. It's like you have the tools, all right.
Yeah.
But that's not really called a breakthrough. I would say you'd have to still, put in the times now, So how would you describe that if you were to just self-reflect on that and just be like, man, between these years, because you obviously switched to shops, right? How many shops did you work at where you kind of picked up from others too, right? And doing the conventions?
Yeah, I apprenticed at 2 shops, bro, and then I got a job at one, and I was young and I want to say dumb. I just was like ambitious. But I had no business sense, you know what I mean? And I opened a shop at like 24. I had it for like 4 years. It didn't allow me to grow at all as far as artistically. You know what I mean? Like I still was pulling out stuff, doing dope stuff. I took everybody traveling with me. You know what I mean? I guess we did grow. Like once I hit conventions, that was where it like really changed for me.
Right.
Because you see what people are doing. You see who was up on that podium. Even though we say don't care, like at a younger cat, you're like, damn, like that's cool. Like, look at that tattoo that fool pulled off and stuff. And it may be stuff that we can do now, but then you're like, how did they do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just doing everything you can just to tackle anything that was similar. What took me off artistically, I think, was what all the old timers that taught me how to tattoo were against. You know, like it was like more like, hey, don't exploit the industry. Don't do this. You don't tell anybody anything about how to tattoo if they ask you.
Crazy.
If you do, you lie. You know
Crazy.
what I mean? Like I remember being shady, bro, and I was like, it didn't help me. It didn't help them. It didn't help nobody. You know what I mean? To not give some info to somebody. But back then, that's how it was. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
Like, well, this is how we break down, but you don't fucking tell anybody this. Like, all right.
Yeah.
And then once like I think I got like a Joshua Carlton. You familiar with Joshua Carlton?
Oh, dude, everybody has a Joshua Carlton DVD or something.
Yeah, bro. So that's how I got my first.
Around. Hey, that was tossed around like.
That's how I got my first apprenticeship, bro. Was that Joshua? I was doing that shit from home, ordering shit off of eBay, doing all that stuff, and then
yeah, shout out to eBay, huh?
Yeah, bro, made some money on that thing, you know. But yeah,
but they probably come collect if they knew what they did, huh?
Bro. I would, I remember all the horror portraits that were in. They were cool, and zombies and shit.
Oh yeah, well it was Josh Carlton and also Derek Noble was, man, I remember seeing at first Derek Noble's set of Flash, and that blew my mind to his whole style. And then there's also like Joe Capobianco and Nico Hurtado and Franco Vescovi. Those the actual DVDs though, everybody had that little flash drive.
Yeah, bro.
You probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, a little money stick, boy. We didn't even know. We didn't.
Because that little
like that was a goal. Like, check, you don't know what's on here.
Yeah,
all these books I got, all the Flash, all the Cherry Creek. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I probably still have it somewhere. I gotta find it. It was like in my old toolbox, but
yeah, that might be a little like, Bitcoin on there or some shit.
Bitcoin, yeah, bro.
No, that's what's up, man. That was a good time. So Boog, I remember Boog's Flash. That shit would go for like $200. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Rest in peace to dude, but
yeah,
man, that shit was that was crazy. I remember trying to get a hold of Boog Flash. It was like gold, man. Get a hold of 5.
Yeah.
I had like a set of 19. I think it was like, this is it.
Hey, did you know back when torrent? I probably still is, but when everybody was doing the torrent downloading on the BitTorrents,
yeah.
Well, they have all kinds of Flash, but Boog Flash was like one of the most downloaded when you searched up the tattoo.
I remember all that, bro, to get all those letterings.
Yes.
Damn, that's crazy. Now I'm thinking, that's nuts, bro.
Like, have you ever searched up? Because there be some websites where you can like search up, oh, okay, tattoo flash, and it'll tell you which ones are the most trending downloads or whatever.
Yeah.
And Boogs was one of the highest ones, the longest time peaks. It's crazy. A lot of people were just after it. That was on the flash racks.
Everywhere, bro. And that shit was deep everywhere. It's like,
and it had it all. I don't know. Think about it.
Cool.
That was crazy. It had like the angels, the sacred hearts, the lettering, the
first
crosses.
money rose.
Oh yeah.
The first money rose was there. You know what I mean?
Money rose.
AI now.
Oh, bro. I was gonna ask you about that. Like not only AI, but the tech in general with everything. There's AI inside the tattoo machines now. I was looking at the critical torques. Have you seen those? They have literally similar to like how the FK irons and everything, right? But this one has a charge meter now too. You can put your hour rate. You could set it and it'll track. You can just show your client like, I ain't lying.
You say your hourly rate? You know what I mean? Is that what you said? Hourly rate? Like
I swear, bro.
Like, look right here, dog.
Yeah,
look right here.
The machine says on me.
Come on.
You know, it has like your little, you can put a timer on it, right?
Yeah.
Like for your session. Now you can put timer, what you charge per hour in this little menu, and it looks like the critical battery, but it has this big old screen, and you go down the menu and you can go to your hour rate and you put that and then run it. This is the crazy part, right? A lot of clients don't realize this. A tattoo artist could tell you, and I didn't really think of it this way because if I heard you, like you're tattooing next to me and I heard, oh, I charge this much an hour. Okay. If he charges this much an hour, I'm going to do the same, right? But we don't think about, is it our time or like the machine running hour?
Yeah.
The torque actually now does the machine running. So, hey, if you're that one artist that's like, it's by the time, the machine's going to actually say, no, it's as the machine's running. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah.
So however, as the machine's actually running, it's charging that time. So it's not just like the homie's going to leave it running on the tray, you know?
Yeah, no, it's a I'm just gonna set that and take a cigarette break.
Right?
I'm like, bro, but that shit is tripped out to me when you think about all that. Because I mean, I'm like a design time, everything. I'm like, this is the time.
Everything, everything.
Yeah, like if I come in and design your tattoo for fucking 3 hours and you leave, you owe me money.
It's like the graphic designers. You're not at their place when they're working on your graphic design. And they say, this took me 80 hours. This full busted out in 20 minutes, you know?
We came from, it was hard to switch to an iPad, hard to switch the cartridge machine, like iPad. Homie's like, try the iPad. I'm like, man, I'll try it. I'm like, this ain't working. He goes, watch this. He did the whole straight line.
Oh yeah,
setting, bro. I'm like,
bro, the streamline.
Like, what the fuck is this? He's like,
hey,
you want to draw a perfect circle?
Yeah.
And then the double tap for erase. I'm like, I'm good with it. And
then, every once in a while, I still get the clients that they're watching me design, fix some certain things in front of them. They're like, that's so crazy you could do that. I'm like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, you used to have to go get a coffee or get some food, come back, and then I'll, maybe just erase all this real quick.
Yeah, and then put another piece of clear transfer paper over it.
Get some of that.
Red pencil, and then a microphone, and we'd be good.
Yeah, this AI, bro, technology in the tattoos, definitely there's proficiency and it makes sense. A lot of things, I should say. Clients are kind of got a grasp of it. Some clients, and they'll send me an AI drawing. And think about it. That's kind of like a slap to the face. Like, bro, I could draw something for you. Why you got to send me something that's already pre-gen? I want this. And I'm like, if you would just tell me the details, we could have probably done something like that and more personalized,
Yeah, absolutely.
Which obviously I take it, whatever, as a reference, and then we'll, I'll redesign it and give it that personal touch. But it's funny how a lot of clients caught on to that and they're doing the little free apps and they're like, Jesus cross staring down, cloudy day, background, horseman, And then they send you this.
That must be in Cali because it ain't caught out here in the West yet.
Oh, they better not be watching this episode.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, we're just gonna have to edit that part out on my side of town.
Oh, I got you.
No, I feel you though. I feel you, bro.
No, well, that's happening. That's been sent to me over like, people want to do consults and they come in and they'll show me the reference and I'll see it and they'll be like, oh, and I'll ask them, where'd you find these references? And they're like, oh, I've been messing with this AI art. And I'm like, I want to get a magnet to their phone and just be like, no, get out of here with that, bro.
Yeah, I think it helps them also, like when somebody's like, hey, like, because I mean, you think back, bro, we have like what, like for at least like I can't say 3 years, I'd probably say like 6 years, you had like a whole like maybe 8 lions you could tattoo. You know what I mean? Like you know, you can only flip that thing or maybe change the snout or you know,
unless you go to the zoo real quick.
That's it, bro. I'm like, man, you're looking at National Geographic and shit.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna
like
go
now you look on there,
National
like,
Geographic videos, huh?
Yeah, AI. I'm like, fuck, we got like 37 Jesus tattoo, man.
Dude, I didn't know there were so many.
Hey,
I didn't know so many angles of Jesus existed, homie.
I know, bro. I'm like, man, and they're solid images.
It's just, I guess, creativity or how some people are pulling references nowadays is insane. We did the Phoenix Expo, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard that whole weekend.
Nah, bro.
That was one of the funnest weekends, man. I remember just like, man, it was just so that whole weekend was just a blast. But that was the Phoenix Tattoo Convention.
Yeah.
Have you seen the most recent ones? How like, or the most recent convention, like the one you did in Denver? How's the vibe? How's the change that maybe if you notice anything different or like?
I feel like a lot of the higher conventions are really putting it out there. You know what I mean? For even these younger artists and making people step out of their comfort zones, even step out of their house or wherever they're tattooing from. I mean, I guess we always say house, but still like it's those types of artists that just wasn't about like giving to the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you see people get wiped. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I feel like these conventions really show like the ones that put us on, you know what I mean? Like the ones that were really there, like, you know, I mean, Villain Arts was solid convention. And you would see some crazy cats, bro, at some of these conventions. And that's where you would meet the people from Australia and Italy. And you get these invites to different places.
Right.
And hey, we'll come here. And you're like, damn, I just met somebody or I work next to them. And now I have a spot in Australia I could go tattoo. Not every industry is like that, bro. Like, honestly, you think, I don't care where you go. It's not as open as our industry. Like, hey, we want what you got. You know what I mean? Like you could do cosmetics and you could do some things. There's some off cosmetic big conventions. But
so let me ask you this, not to cut you off, but because you kind of said something that I was wanting to ask you because of conventions. There's a tattoo community within your town, your city. There's a tattoo community online, and there's a tattoo community at conventions. Would you say are they all like the same? They're very different, aren't they? Like, would you say like your own personal opinion between like what it's like, for instance, where your guys' shop is there a community there, like within the town?
Nah.
Okay, no. So then that's what I mean. You see what I'm saying? Because you said something that's true, but now we gotta really like let's narrow it down though. Let's check out the convention community was amazing, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are some areas that I've guest spotted that there was a community within that like city or the regional area, whatever.
Yeah.
The convention community was dope because you were able to get, like you said, that kind of opportunity. We're all in one building at a convention.
That's right? It.
And in a sense, we're each other's competition in a sense. But has that ever struck your mind that these guys are all my competition? Why is it that we never really like see it that way though? We're just there like, because I don't know about you, but I've never sat at a convention and honestly tell you that I've seen another booth as a competition. I just was like, I want to just go meet everybody. Yeah. Right? Because we're from everywhere. Isn't that mindset different?
Absolutely. And I feel that's like I feel like that's I mean, you hit it because it's like almost having family, bro. Like
right.
Some family I don't visit ever. You know what I mean? But if we got a family reunion and grandma and tata or whoever is there, you know, like, hey, to show out over here because of them, and it's just I feel like you put differences aside at this family reunion. I mean, I've seen, you know, we've all seen beef pop off at the convention.
Oh yeah, that stuff's different. That starts in the tattoo community online.
Yeah,
and then that happens and they see each other at the shop. That does suck, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. When I saw like I've seen certain people, bro. I won't name the artist, but at certain conventions, man, and like you know that, and everybody's seeing this conflict go down online, right? Yeah, because it's out in the open. They're on comments and they're on this whatever, right? Or somebody puts out this opinion, and all of a sudden, and then they're at the same convention, and then it pops off, and you, like you said, I've seen it even at some conventions to hood rivalries, you know.
Yeah,
that's another thing. But like,
I think that was big in Cali. Anytime I was in Cali, there was a lot of that shit. Like,
oh yeah,
You
I'll
know,
tell you, there's a lot of times I was in a booth, bro, and there's a few guys like packing because they're
yeah.
I was like, oh, it gets like that, and because I was still new to it, and they're like, yeah, man, this is like SF or this is LA or this is the
Bro, the SF was like the first time you
yeah.
ever experienced that. Like fools from like Oakland or this way were coming in.
Oh man, that was one of the
If you were
most.
from a certain side of town, they were like throwing their business cards and shit. I'm like, I feel like we see like when you see that, like you're like, oh shit, like shit pops off. And for like everybody's listening, like it ain't like that out there.
No, it's not.
Always, it's not. It's just
Stuff led to
certain
that.
stuff. Yeah,
You know?
it takes a lot of conventions to get to something like that. You know what I mean? But still, like that little beef over there, like you got to see each other all the time. There'd be some competitive artists that I didn't like the way they went about things at first.
Sure.
And then when you see it and you're like, oh, like, somebody had like, oh, I got to be the best. I got to do this. And they would have like a persona. Yeah. But at the same time, that persona I didn't know was pushing me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, like, we men, bro, like, let's competitive up then. You know what I mean? Like, me and you, hey, let's competitive up. Like, hey, bro, let's see if we can bang some shit out. Or like, how many tattoos did you do? Or how much did you make? It came to that competitive, because we find little games all the time, bro. We're always like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like those things, those type of artists, in the end, you're like, oh, you just have respect for somebody in their own. It was never me, but that's them. And you just find respect for people in their different genre, what they do.
Yeah, I think it goes back to like what you said about the people that were working in the shop that didn't belong there, like the mindset that pertains to who's in your booth, who's next to you, like at conventions or some shops in some areas that get cliquey, right?
Oh yeah.
There's a clique. Like these guys just stick to each other or whatever, like their own booth. Maybe it's a big shop. I don't know. But imagine if C's, I'm not going to say they are, but let's just C's shop. Let's say there's 12 artists. That's enough to make a crew. And that's just their own clique. And they're going to be loud and they're going to be like their own energy, their own vibe. Everyone outside of that area in the convention might take it the wrong way and be like the negative heads or whatever you want to call them. But the times that I've seen that, I think just by default, we don't really care to go introduce yourself or whatever. Like because you could already tell. You get the vibe.
Because it's so big, and I feel like it's not like the snobby thing or like, you know what I mean? Like it's like when you've created a family already. Like when we go to conventions, and man, if me and you are boothed up, and then you got your homie on this side, and then there's my homies in the front of us, like, bro, we're running things like we knew each other the whole time, When I just and on these corners, you know what I mean?
Right, and it's nice to be like, hey, whatever you need, supplies. It's just crazy to think, man, if everybody had that same mindset to be like, oh, we're all each other's rivals in this one building. Dang, bro, I think conventions would be hella different.
Yeah, they would.
Think about it. If everybody was like, all right, you're signing up, but it's a competition as soon as you start. Dang, that would change the game, bro. That would be an ugly environment.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro.
I think that'd be ugly, bro.
I'm glad it didn't come to that.
Have you got invited to like Australia and things like that? Have you gone already out of country to tattoo? Because I know you've been out of country.
I haven't gone anywhere, bro, but Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? I didn't tattoo in Japan, but I was in Japan in May. Thought about getting tattooed out there, but didn't. But I haven't traveled anywhere. Just like I said, just meeting those people that were there. Just
to know you have that option too. After the conventions, the conversations and the talks have never been about even like competitive talk, bro. We've never. That's how you know you're around some good people. Where it's like, all right, we all know what we do. We're all artists. I never had a situation where I could tell you where I was hanging out after our situation.
It's like you leave it all in the field, bro. Almost
like turn it off.
And you'd see somebody like in the crew, like, well, listen, I gotta get back to the hotel because I got an early appointment.
Knowing our priorities, right?
I wanted to travel so much, bro, and I loved it. And for any young artist and any artist, period, like to travel, to get out, and we need that. Like I remember pulling into a convention and seeing y'all or seeing other homies or other stuff. It was like automatic flex, bro. Automatic endorphins start going. You're like, and we're about to get live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't partying.
It was a boost of energy, bro.
Vibing, bro. Just vibing.
Yeah. If there's ever another convention where we could all get together, get booths, and just jam with you guys again, I'd love to do that.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll tell you what, at this point, it's hard for me to tell you motivation to do a convention. Trust me, I'd like to. Like I want.
When's the last time you did one?
The last convention, I think, was before COVID.
For real? Oh damn, for you, man, because you were hotter than me. You was crazy.
Oh man, I think it was before, dude. My daughter was born, and I just I didn't do conventions, but I did travel out to do guest spots. Like I went to Philly to tattoo, and I would go like to the Midwest and back to like East Coast. But I was just going to do guest spots. I didn't do conventions because now I was just upkeeping with people I would meet at conventions. So the clients that I usually would, tattoo at conventions, I was just tattooing them there at their town,
Yeah, yeah.
But I do want to do one, man. And I've been getting invited, but I'm like, man,
Same.
and you know
Like,
what it is? Yeah, so like with my same thing with you, like my kids, bro, like their schedule, they're getting older, and
I feel like it'd be fun, bro. Like good vibes, as long as it was all like I would hands down do that type of stuff, But it's like when we traveled as we were younger in this industry, like over and over, and state to state, and then cross country, whatever it was. Like I got to a point, like I'm like, man, I just want to travel with my family.
yeah,
I just want to travel with that was me, as an older tattoo artist. When you're younger, do all that shit, do everything.
yeah.
That shit's
exhausting,
I had a blast, bro. I had a blast.
Yeah,
but it was like I could only eat steak and drink a beer with my buddies in every state so many times. You know what I mean? Until it was like the same shit. You're like, where are we at, bro? Like, where the fuck are we at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'd like to travel, take the kids and show them the world too. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, man.
But so like the times that I have them for weekends, like my boys, are times that a convention would happen. So now I'm like, I've got to stay put. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
if it works out, well, I got my girls too. So I'm like, it's got to be like unless I brought them with, like we all went to the Minnesota convention. So that's where my wife's from. So we went out there.
A lot of the guys are doing it like at the shop, like now everybody's families, they're married, family, stuff like that. Like these are dudes we all grew up with, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're like, damn. And like C's bringing his family to Puerto Rico. Thomas, he brought his family to Puerto Rico, you know what I mean? And man, it's like a baby, you know what I mean? She's a baby, you know what I mean? She's not even
crazy.
one, type of stuff. And
so they're doing, did you guys do, or are you guys going to do the other Puerto Rico invitational one, or?
I'm not going to do it. They may, I'm not sure if what's on their schedule. Because
I was going to ask you what your plans are for like any travels and stuff, like what's coming up for you.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing serious, man. I'd like to take it's more family stuff, you know what I mean? Like
for sure.
Like Italy or something, and
Italy, yep.
Or hit up Europe for a minute. And then but I mean locally, I don't know what, you know what I mean? I know that they're doing like the Arizona Invitational.
Oh yeah,
this coming up weekend.
That was cool, man. I got a chance to do that one year. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid show.
It's very low key, There's the AZ Northwest or something like that. Remember that? Is that the one? Or
yeah, I've never got to go to that one. I've always seen a lot of friends, of course, go to that one and stuff.
Evergreen's cool, man. The one up in Oregon. I think Josh Carlton threw that one.
Oh, right on.
I want to talk about the comedy, bro. How'd you get into that? I saw you when I saw you start putting up that you're doing stage and all that. I was like, dang, my boys. How did you I don't want to say, how did you find out that you were funny?
Bro, like, I think it was just since I was a kid, man. I always wanted to like public speak or preach or something,
Yeah.
Like, that's just how I grew up in the church, so it's just different. And I did the public speaking group, and you just, do your little deals like homework and show up and speak every week.
Yeah.
Then I took years off of that. And then I looked up a comedy club, and they were having like a class, bro. And I just kind of went up in there and did it. And it was just natural for me, bro. Like, I love it. Like, I love it. And it was like it's just different, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
do you write a full bit, like a set or something, or do you kind of like just let it flow, think of a topic and flow it? Like, what's your structure for all that?
I feel like it's just like the same stories, bro, that we tell.
Yeah.
And it's a story that we told with our homies, and then we get to this group, and that same story is gonna
resonate different.
But yeah, it's have something different. But it's like, hey, let me and you would tell the same story, but that story just gets better the way you tell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what comedy is. You just tell them stories, and then you do write it down. You kind of get the basis of, like, we have common rapport. I know about you, or you know about me, or
right.
anybody, but the whole audience, they don't know you. You know what I mean? So you're trying to get to them, and you don't have that common rapport. So you got to be funny, bro. Like, you're spitting out shit every 16 to 20 seconds. You got a punchline and stuff like that. But it was just so natural for me to go up there and rap to these fools. You know what I mean? And like,
that's funny because you're just saying some real stories, and everybody's probably just dying, huh?
Bro, it was cool. Like, I did Phoenix at Westgate. Like, it's like a big like mall type area, and I went there, and I've been doing comedy for like 2 months, bro, and somebody put me on the show. They didn't know how long I've been doing it, but I went against like other comics and stuff, and some of them have been doing it like a year and a half, and I feel like it's like our industry, you know. There's like gatekeepers and shit.
Oh
like,
yeah.
If you allow the gatekeeper, like they'll have you forever. And me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about nobody or anybody. But it's
Right,
kind of,
right.
like it's just like I just want to go up here and have some fun, man. And I went up against these, and it was like a whole American Idol type thing, bro. Like they had judges and shit.
Judges,
Like,
oh yeah.
yeah, there was like a dude. He was like a Black Simon Cowell, bro. He was ruthless. But I got up there and I just killed it, bro. And it felt cool. You know what I mean? I ended up taking like first place. It was like, hey, like if you hit more open mics, like me and you will be sharing a stage before anybody in this building. And he had just got done filming his special and shit like that, you know? So I was like, damn. So I had something, you know, and that's like me being 2-3 months in, you know, and so after that, you kind of, it's kind of the same thing, bro. You show up to this comedy club and
Yeah.
you got your artists, you know what I mean? And you're like, hey, what's up, man? Da, da, da. Same shit.
So I do a lot of like archery shooting. Okay. Like I go shoot, whatever.
Me too, man. Me too.
And you know, so I'm like, I gotta go shoot. I'm like, I love that. Did you also see that? Like that was your like escape, stress reliever, because making other people laugh. You hear about all these stories about comedians and behind the scenes, and they're like, they enjoy that, making these people like connect that emotional, that laugh, that response, right? Addicted to getting on the stage, and you just wanted to.
Absolutely, bro. I think that's kind of right up it, bro, because I asked them, like, hey, man, when you stop being nervous, you know, like, I'm nervous, like, to get up there. And the old comedian would be like, you never stop. It never stops, bro. Until you grab that mic, it don't stop. Like, growing up in chaos and then having a little bit, you know what I mean, where you can just kind of control that chaos, but you still feel it.
Yeah.
It kind of feels cool, you know what I mean? And then I get up there and you have a release, like, almost like you paid your bills or something. You know what I mean?
It's like therapy, right? It's therapeutic for you to kind of let it out, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, bro. Even if you gave it a try, anybody on any type of stage, it knocked down so many doors in my life, bro. Like, honestly, like just like being in front of 100 people or a sold out show or whatever it is, it was just different, bro. Like, it was so different. Like you feel like you could talk to anybody, anywhere, any group, large or small. And it just left you more limitless. You know what I mean?
So how many shows have you done right now? Like how repetitive have you done this? Or like, are you doing this right now still? Like you're still pushing, right?
Yeah. Like I just did a show in Gilbert and I did first place last month. And then, so I got the headline like 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago or something like that. I do like 3 shows a month, bro. Nothing crazy. And they're quick, you know what I mean? So it's like a night, you know, but
you go up there and how long do you get?
So anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes is where you get.
Okay.
I've been doing like 7 to 10 minute sets, you know, just depending on what the show is or what it calls for.
These guys are kind of motivated. Who was it that spoke to you? That judge that was kind of like motivating you?
I mean, he was just hurting people. I mean, bro, it was kind of rough. I'm like, damn.
Lighting people up, huh?
Yeah, bro, because you're just in like this small comedy room and you can just hear like what's going on the outside. Like if people are laughing or they're getting not laughed, you know what I mean? Because you go up there and you bomb. I mean, that's just part of it, bro. You know, it's part of it where you suck, you know, and you never want to feel that again. So you get better, you know what I mean? So it was there, dude. But dude, definitely, it was like an like, oh shit, like I got something here.
Yeah, you got the tattoo life, and then you have the family, right? You're picking up on comedy right now, and it's like something that you've always had that charisma or that character to sit down. And like you said, I could see that where as a tattoo artist, bro, we have to deal with energies, emotions, and levels of different conversations. So I've caught myself different times when we go out to dinner with another, like, you know, friends or whatever, and conversations, it feels like you're kind of the carrier because other people don't really know how to do that human interaction anymore, right?
Yeah.
And so you're kind of like, I do this every day, you know. You know, conversations are different. They're more engaging. They're more like you're able to relate with a lot of people. We could relate with anybody almost. Like you just said, these clients that are very specific with like the reconstructive tattoos, right?
Yeah.
And that's a whole set of demographic of people. And then we have like the shop, vast.
Yeah, and I feel like it's broad open people, you know what I mean? And and you've talked to all walks, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, all walks of life of all kinds of, bro. Yeah, I could do bits just on clients and not even not even to gaslight them, just to tell their story in my eyes and being like, I never seen it through that lens. You know what I mean?
Bro, absolutely. You're like, damn, this is cool.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's cool when you start learning from your clients, man. That's what was cool. You know, you're like, damn.
What are you like striving with the comedy? Anything we pick up, we kind of go head on full force.
Bro, if I hit full force, like you gonna see me. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like,
absolutely. Hey, I'm not. I'm just. I want to hear from you. Like, this is my goals. This is what I got. Yeah.
It's not full force, bro. It's like on the back. I got a lot of things that I'm doing on the back end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not like Joe Rogan, but I got a lot of shit just like you. You know what I mean? You got archery, jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? You're training, just different stuff, family. But it's like, I don't know, bro. It's just a different part of my life that I get to experience now with a different lens. You know what I mean? With a different lens than, like I said, I had a lot of stuff happen, bro. And you know, losing parents, my kid's mom, like just over and over and over. And that was back then. You know what I mean? But now, like I said, everybody's healed from that. That was years ago.
Right.
And now I get to experience life through a different lens where I wasn't looking out like, hey, what's going to happen next? You know what I mean? Like almost survivor mode. It's more like, man, just go take the world. Like, you're going to die too, dude. Not just being there for your kids. It's showing them what you can do and guiding them. You know what I mean? They're only going to do what you do. He's filling out and they're going to take it farther than us, you know?
What's an example of a legacy to you? Like, what would you want to be handing down to your kids as? How old are your kids? Because how many you have?
I got 4. Yeah, I got 4.
4 too? So, yeah, we're 4 and 4, bro.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we conditioning this year, dog.
Yeah, man, I know.
Which ones do I take to Italy? I don't know.
Oh, man, like, I know. We're trying to get
can I take 2 at a time?
Yeah, we're trying to have tryouts, homie, this year.
Oh, man. Yeah. You wake up with 4 kids, you're like, man, I know one of you guys just ain't going to be happy today. And I don't care. You're like, gonna say, I can't please everybody.
4 kids, but with age gaps is crazy too, man. Because I'm thinking like, and it's funny, you see some families where they had one that was like a challenge of a child and they wanted to do it 3 more times.
Oh, I know. I'm like, man, if I would have had my last first, I probably would have never had another kid.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you sold me the dream, homie.
Bro, I was like, this is not it, bro. This ain't it.
Hey, I went for a walk. We went for a walk the other day, man. And, you know, they say after your first child, the second one, you kind of got like, it's not, you know, you have it all figured out, right? The first one you're camping, you're loading the camper. And the second one, you got like just a backpack. Our 4-year-old, she's, you know, between my lady and I, that's our first. So she has like the nice stroller with the air wheels. And then,
right?
The joggers. And then our new baby has like the TSA approved little like carrier cart.
Yeah.
I was telling my lady, I feel bad. We need to upgrade her. And so I go,
that's what it is, man. You know,
it's just crazy. So like, I asked myself this question. Like, what am I going to leave? What am I going to hand this down as a legacy to the kids, right? What am I going to do, right? In the back of your head, when you set yourself that, like you're the beacon for them, right? This whole lighthouse. Absolutely. And so like, what's your idea to leave behind? They could not want to pick up the machine and you have all these machines and all this equipment. And like, well, Dad, I don't want to do that. Setting them right. A lot of people that when they say, I'm going to set my kids right for their future, it's not just money, man. They're mental. They could be weak-minded individuals. What kind of a path is that going to be for them, right?
What you're saying is the most important part. You know what I mean? Is that mentality, you know? I've always been 100 with them, bro. And we went down a crazy, like I said, I did the spiritual path, you know what I mean? Did the everything, you know what I mean? Where you reach out, you got the Palo Santo, you got different stuff. You got healing and ceremony type stuff. And I did a lot of that, bro, like coming from like a darker side and like I said, like going through deaths and unexpected deaths and just crazy stuff. Like I said, you're like a beacon, bro. You know, you can only be a beacon. It's not like it's you learn real quick. It's not like, hey, do what I tell you, don't do as I do. You know what I mean? That ain't never gonna work. And setting them up for just strong spiritual values, bro. Like everybody has different views of God and universe and stuff, but mine's always like God, like I don't care, bro. This plane's going down. I don't care how much ceremony I've done, how much crystals I've had, how much Palo Santo. Like, I'm praying to dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
yeah.
The blessings came, bro. I know this ain't here to change anybody's beliefs. Like, this is what I did. You know what I mean? Yeah. I started reading the Bible. I started, you know what I mean? Praying a lot more, involving my kids, praying with my kids. You know what I mean? Praying with your family, praying with your wife, praying with your significant other. Like it allows you to be on the same page, to see what their prayers are, to see what, and them to see what yours are also, you know, what you're praying for, and what your intention is, and just setting good intentions for the night or the morning. And I feel like God is always, I grew up with God. It wasn't like the best path ever, but when you circle back around and it's your own, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
that relationship you have. And if you could leave your kids with solid foundation, you know, around source, you know what I mean? Like I came back to just source, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this is
The
source.
roots. Yeah.
Yeah, the roots, you know what I mean? This is just source. And you know, like finding your way. You know, I always teach them, you know, like you got to have a solid path between your heart and your mind.
Right.
I mean, if you don't have a relationship here, you don't have nothing, bro. Because we get in our head, right? Like, say you're arguing with your old lady, you guys are arguing about something. If it's already an argument, nobody's in their heart anymore. Nobody's in their soul. You know what I mean? It's all head shit. You know what I mean? It's not head shit. Nobody's really. They're all thinking. We're all thinking. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And when you step down and you realize, like, okay, let me breathe in here. Let me breathe in here, and you can't be all hippie, bro. You can't, oh, it's all love. It's all love. It ain't all love. It ain't all love. Like, you're gonna
Let's be
get
real.
God.
It's not all love out there. Huh?
You're gonna get God. So your mind, God gave you mind for protection,
Yeah.
and that's why I teach my kids. God gave you mind for protection, and this is where we love from. This is where everything comes from. Who we are. Like I say, hey, who are you? You won't go, I am this. You know, you'd be like, I am this.
Right.
You know, and so I teach my kids this is who we are. This is our tool. And when you have that negative self-talk, I'll tell them, you know what I mean? You got negative self-talk, like, oh, I'm a bad student, or I'm a bad this. And if dad asks you, like, are you a bad kid? Are you a bad student? They would say, no. You know what I mean? They would tell me no. Exactly. I said, so obviously somebody's lying. You know what I mean? So it's us. This brain has the ability to go both ways.
Oh yeah.
And it goes a negative way when it's not connected with soul. You know what I mean? Your heart. And so I just tell them, hey, always when you're making decisions, before each path you take, make sure you have this relationship cool first. You know what I mean? Make that, because you're gonna know which path to take, because you ain't gonna be all in your head.
Right.
You know, think about split decisions, bro. It's off emotion. Emotion attacks this, and I don't know. Like I said, chairs start getting thrown at conventions and shit. You know what I mean?
Bro. That's legit. I've seen some people that, you know, they're inheriting a parent's business, okay, but they were never taught that harmony within themselves. You know, you can believe what you believe and just hear upon other stories. Kids that they don't have that harmony, like in their house, and their house as in like their heart, their soul, their body.
Yeah.
You don't have to be religious or spiritual, but just to think how much it makes sense that an instrument in tune sounds way better than one that's not.
Oh, so solid.
I try to tell the kids, and you know, I try to tell my boys, and I'm going to teach. My girl understands a little bit more comprehension to that. She's right now 4, but I just try to guide her to that level and get her ready to hear things like that. But my boys, man, I'm like, tattoo artists, we not only see things different as like art and things like that, but also we are parenting different, because the misconceptions that teachers or whatever, when we pull up to the schools and they're like, call CPS on standby around. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm like,
a little background check on homeboy over here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know, we have to be real and know how people are gonna take us on as far as like how we look. And that's just something we had to accept, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So then therefore that made me, as I seen my kids grow. And when you try to start with like, their minds are starting to open up to this mature level, you got to teach them that however your household is, this whole thing of legacy, leaving it behind. It's not if you have a business and expect them to take over the family business, but it's like, how are they as a person? Instead of asking your kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's like, who do you want to be? That's what one of my homies said that. Actually, the homie Lurk, yeah. He said, hey, don't ask your kids what they want to do. Say, who do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that hit. That was legit. I was like, that, you know, I heard that and I was like, that's true.
Bro, I feel you on like 1,000 levels right there on who, because I started studying like leaving, because I was thinking about leaving like the US and stuff. And
yeah,
it's just like, there's just countries that are living a lot better, or a lot cheaper and stuff right now. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is crazy.
Right.
you know, and I see how we, like we said, we send kids to school. I pull my kids out of public school. They go to like more private type schools. But even then, but it's like there's always a teacher, man. Like, hey, like, all right, stand up for what you believe in. You know, be different, be different. And then soon somebody stands up, like, hey, sit down and act like everybody else. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
You're like, and so
That's crazy, dude. It's
bro,
contradictory and they're like
it's
suppressing to the highest level.
it's nuts. And then you see these people like Americans and stuff. They would interview like people that live in Europe or however it is, and they're like, hey, and they would interview like, what do you think of Americans? They're like, oh, we got to be the best. We got to be number one. And their question is always, what do you do? That's what they said. Like, oh, what do you do? You're like, that's like an unheard of question here. Like, nobody cares what this guy does. Like him, he's worked at a bagel shop for 25 years, but that's just where he works. That ain't who he is. And their hours, bro, like working on a Sunday is unheard of to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They work from 10 to 8. And you're like, damn, those are crazy hours, 10 a.m. to 8. But they're closed from 12 to 4, bro, for lunch and family. And they'll go have some, they don't drink like we do over here, like, you know, like crazy as hell. We're like, oh, yeah, Saturday, we better hit it hard. It's through the week. You know what I mean? Everything's kind of controlled and chill. It's a lot chiller vibe, bro. It's not, it's like I said, what do you do is something that's still instilled in me. Like, hey, so what do you do for a living? You know what I mean?
That's
like,
that mindset that we had since then you and I got exposed to the first convention. And then we are now like, our gear was thinking we had to get on this treadmill. And that's just the way we had to operate. And now we're like, hey, it doesn't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And you see shit and you're just like, I feel like the more responsive or reactive somebody is to whatever comes at them, like just where they need to grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how responsive, you know, you can teach your kids or teach ourselves even, you know what I mean? Is like people are just doing what they're doing, bro. Like if they knew better, they would do better, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of times where you see me, like you might see me at church now or something, but if you see me 8 years ago, you'd be like, man, that fool I can't believe this fool's at church right now.
He's the burn.
Yeah.
Put this guy outside.
Dude, that I don't know how he's doing, you know. But
give a big thanks and shout out to today's sponsor, No Numbing Cream Tattoo Club. There's a lot of controversy that surrounds the usage of numbing cream during a tattoo session, and I totally understand. Every artist has their concerns. With No Numbing Cream Tattoo Club, they've crafted a unique formula that is effective, doesn't alter the skin's texture, and is completely safe. I've used it already in multiple clients, especially when we're doing those marathon sessions, and it really helps them sit comfortably. You could use it not just on tattooing, but there's body piercings, laser tattoo removal, laser hair removal, waxing, and permanent cosmetics. They provide an easy step-by-step instruction on how to apply. So if you're planning your next piece and know you'll be in the chair for a while, consider using No Numbing Cream Tattoo Club to make the experience easier for both you and your artist. Thanks again to No Numbing Cream Tattoo Club for sponsoring the podcast. Those of you listening or watching the video version of the podcast, I appreciate all the support that we've been getting from clients to listeners. You guys have been awesome. If this is your first time tuning in, don't forget to subscribe or follow the channel on any of the platforms where you catch your podcast so you don't miss out on any new episodes. All right, now let's get on with the show. Thank you again.
Like you said, we deal with all walks of life and we hear all these stories and we see all this stuff versus somebody that is being, let's say a parent that is getting, because I don't know about you, I'm sure you've got asked at some point in your career, but some random client, bro, I tattooed him maybe 2 times and I wouldn't even qualify it to be enough like we're a close client and, you know, artist. He asked me, hey, I'm about to be a father. Any advice you can give me as a first-time parent? Like, and I'm like, hold up, bro.
Wait a second, guy.
Hold on, guy. I was like, hold on. I didn't even know we were like that right now, dude. I was like, I didn't even think you saw me at this level. And I'm like,
is that a trip though? Like, you're the dude they come to, and you're like, wait a second, we're on this type of level here.
But let's just say my person or my demeanor or my mindset is not that in a position to give advice. Let's say I'm having a negative, or I'm in a dark place in life. And I give this guy the wrong advice, but he's like seeking out to hear it. They do the research to be a parent instead of finding within themselves how to just take it on. Now after, you know, we've lived some life, right? I'm starting to look into like the whole brain development, the child development, like their brains and like the psychology level or the side of like a kid's growth and things like that, like different stages of a brain at a different age, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now I'm looking into that. But back then we would just be like, okay, he's acting out. What would my dad do? Or what would my
we identified shit on the spectrum by like who's throwing the chairs.
right?
Honestly, like
That's the hardest. That's the hardest metaphor, bro.
Yeah, bro. I think that's what it is, bro. Like you walk in 5th grade and you're like a new kid comes in class. You're like, hey, yeah, everybody's cool. This that. Just that kid, just be easy with him because he gets a little crazy sometimes. But we didn't know there was a spectrum back then. But now we do. We're like, you see the kid walking on his tippy toes or whatever it is. Something's all right. I can identify this shit, man. There's some different stuff, bro. But now you're like, holy shit, this is it. I'm all red 40. What the hell is that?
Yeah. Right.
You got all this stuff. And like my daughter's like, Dad, we gotta move to Italy. That's where everything's at. Like the health, the food, everything. I'm like, all right, chill, man.
Crazy. Yeah, like it's wild to see that, as tattoo artists, you would think we'd be the last people to turn out being, as a lot of tattoo artist fathers and mothers out there that I see them, man, like taking care of business. The generation that we know, like for instance, a lot of the artist homies that we've known in the convention, we were all dads. All the dads that I've worked with in the conventions that we were all artists, everybody was there with that purpose. And we go back home and we were serving that purpose, and we were like, not just grind time mentality, but we were like, we took on the parenting as a different from what we saw that we wanted to do or not do, to rewrite the wrongs, to take on our own parenting advice from what, we see of all walks of life, you know what I'm saying? And we're just like,
I mean, we find our own curses too, or blessings and curses, whatever it is.
That's true.
With our parents and stuff, and it's just crazy because it's just trying to find balance, bro. You know what I mean? Just trying to find balance in our parenting, where I feel like the biggest misconception is when you see something you don't like, let's go way over here.
Right.
And it's
away
not
from
that.
it.
Like if you got this dad that whoops his kid's ass every day, right? Every day for no reason. That kid grows up and he only doesn't whoop his kid's ass, but he doesn't discipline him either because he puts them in the same category. So he creates another asshole without knowing it.
Right.
But you know what I mean? So you have to come back and kind of realize, like, I don't want to be nothing like my mom, or I don't want to be nothing like my dad, or however that person was that had a negative effect on my life. But it's not necessarily being the opposite of what they are. It's finding balance in what we had,
It goes back to that whole, your home, your personal self, what you teach somebody, or how you keep your house structure or whatever is like that instrument, man. It's even in a relationship, I tell people like, well, how do you seek out your other half? How do you seek out these in this relationship and these dates? Is that you're looking at it all wrong, man. It's not about finding that person that it's like, oh, the common interest and all that. Like you have to have,
like, I ain't been no better back then. You know what I mean? Stuff like, oh, damn,
right.
That, always trying to have a list of what I want or something,
Right.
I feel like everybody does. And bro, I swear, like within the last 6 months, like I watched the video and was like, hey, write down what you want. I wrote down what I want. And it was like, how much of you are this list? I was like, damn, I ain't half of this stuff. You know what I mean? And you kind of have to become the person you would date or be with or significant other.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Just because you can't attract a frequency you ain't. You know what I mean? Like you just can't, bro. Like you can, but it's going to be short-lived. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Many times, and it's like,
it has to be frequency, like you said.
Yeah.
You guys have to be on that same channel and that same tune, though. Like if you guys are, and I'm not saying about the singing the same pitch, but at least there's called harmony, and that's why I was like, bro, I think that relates so hard to a lot of things, man. Whatever it is you believe in, it's just have your own, the harmony inside yourself with your other.
Being genuine, bro. I feel like being genuine and real with yourself is, how many times you lie to yourself, you're like, damn, and then you can't get past a certain standpoint that you're trying, bro. And it's just this loop, this endless loop, bro. And
that's crazy, man.
And then you finally figure it out, bro. It's just being truthful with yourself. Like, hey, I ain't this person. Like, I'm not this person anymore.
That whole identity issue, like we're just still kind of fighting it, Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That makes sense, man. That's crazy, bro. Like it gets deeper beyond like just tattoos and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, man. I just trip, bro, on everybody's highs and lows. You know what I mean?
And everybody's highs and lows is different too. You know,
they are. And what's crazy is, bro, we go through all these lows, man, and we think we're not supposed to be there, and it's like you absolutely are.
You have to run through that, man.
Yeah, you have to, bro. And it's like everything you say you are, like, I want to be this, you know what I mean? Everything that's not that's gonna come at you I mean, it's gonna show itself. It's not that it wasn't there before. It's just it's always been there, you know?
Right. So it all depends on how you take it and how you respond to that low, that rock bottom.
Yeah.
That's the make or break, because you could either roll with it and continue that circle, that cycle,
Yeah.
or you can say, or you can really like persevere and like, you know, take some steps back and just fire back, man. Cause even when you're not, when you're out of ammo, bro, there's, you know, you just have to, there's a different way of thinking, you know?
I did like a lot of spiritual work. Like she was like a shaman and everything, super cool. But like through my own stuff, like I learned this, bro, and it was like highs and lows. Like we go through this circle, right? Like
Yeah.
like we start here, right?
Yep.
And as we come up, like we find out what we need or what we want. This that we find it. We're like, yeah, this is great. This is great. We've never been here before though. You've never. There's a time you never did training in jujitsu and stuff, and
Right.
dang, this gets harder. It got a little harder, or this, but something triggered where you didn't know. You're like, yeah, and you didn't know, and it brought you back down, right? But when we come back down, we're just a little bit higher than we were, bro.
Right.
And as we come back up, we ask the question. That's our shadow work down here. Is like I started asking questions like, well, what do I need? What put me here? Why am I here? And when you ask that questions, you get the answers, and then that's when we figure that out, and we go up. And what we do is we just keep going.
Spiral up.
Spiral up, bro. And your all-time low now, your low now was once your all-time high.
Right.
You know what I mean? 2 years ago. And we just keep doing this, bro. We just keep doing it.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. And putting it like into that perspective, there's the stress about the little things versus what the bigger things that you should be really focusing on, where
Absolutely.
you create your own shadow, you create your own like your own clouds. You put this shack or this shed over your head where you can't see above it, and you're thinking like this is the bottom. But in reality, it's just like something you just had to, you know, walk through it. I've talked to a lot of other artists too that have been through their rock bottoms, and I've seen it. Or it's that whole resilience of your mind and the strength of it. And again, like back to the what you leave your kids as far as the strengthening that, keeping everything in balance.
Yeah.
If they harden their mentality, preparing for a plan, that spiral is just going to be a continue. So in jiu-jitsu, when you get put in a bad spot, one thing that the black belts always will tell you, or whoever your instructor is, will say, it doesn't matter. All it takes is micro adjustments at a time. Think about it. If you have, a car is bigger than a jack, but a jack will still pick up a car. You
Absolutely.
feel me? Isn't that wild? Like when you think about it,
wild,
so
bro.
yeah,
You don't think of perspectives.
And yeah, dude, I'm full of them, bro. I got a whole book. Okay, I will start writing all these little. This is the episode of metaphors.
That's it, man. Metaphors and analogies. We getting
Yeah,
right,
dude. So, but in reality, though, like in seriousness, that's what they'll always tell you, that, bro. Like you got a big old dude twice your size, and you're the nail. That's another thing. They say some days you're the hammer, some days you're the nail. You have to learn how to dish it and receive those punishments and give it out too. But micro adjustments to better your position, or give yourself an opening to escape that bad spot.
Dang. So it's micro adjustments through the whole body, though. Like,
dude, and you're
everywhere.
flat, dude. So you're flat on the ground. You're on a bench, right? You lay flat on the ground and you drop it. And to push that weight up, I tell people like, and there's one time I was telling a client this too, because I'm like, it's literally when you're starting from zero to lift, it's going to take you a little bit harder to like push up, but it's little by little. If you're able to frame and keep that frame of the weight where you just frame and then you scoot yourself out. Like you see those fail videos when that bar drops on people
like down.
and they're stuck. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
If you realize you have to like slowly micro adjust yourself at an angle. If you can't fight flat on your back. You can't. But the opponent wants to flatten you out. That opponent could be anything, right? That could be anything you're going through, or whatever weight is crushing you that you think is falling on your shoulders. But the instructor says, get off your back, get on your side. And to get on your side, it takes that micro adjustment to start scooting onto your hip, your shoulder, so that you can frame with one side and to start finding an escape, but keep that weight up locked like a car jack. And I tell people, like, I was like, hey, if I ever find myself that the guy's bigger than me and he's flattening me out, I just act like a carjacker.
Yeah, I mean, that's a strong analogy for life, period.
It's pretty
Micro
intense.
adjustment.
Micro adjust, bro. Like, and
Micro adjustment,
they say
bro.
all it takes is centimeters at a time. And if I'm sparring with someone, I'll tell them, hey, don't give me space. That's their challenge. I'll like, don't give
Yeah.
me space, don't give me space. And they don't understand what I mean. And I see that little pocket, a little opening, you escape.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in there. Yeah.
Yeah. In anything, bro, life. And that's why I think a lot of building of jiu-jitsu, and you could see that you get humbled, man. Have you ever done any of that, like martial arts or new?
I never have, bro. I never have. How long you been doing it?
I've been doing it for a long time, man, since like after high school, on and off though, obviously because life hits, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why I keep going back to it. I know those guys sometimes are like, you know, jiu-jitsu's their air that they breathe, you know, and that's like, and it's hard to do that because, like, let's be real, man. An injury puts you out you get injured. It happens. And it doesn't have to be your fault sometimes, or your partner's fault. It's our bodies, bro. We're you know, we're not in Italy where we're eating all this good food where it's
all
like we live till 140, you know what I'm saying? Like we deteriorate.
Yeah. Hey, man.
And we're like shrimp backs with tattooing, bro. Imagine.
Oh, bro. Oh, so, like that. That's my muscle memory right there, bro. That motherfucker's the machine.
It takes a lot to get that bone, the callus on the drawing finger.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like
hard for that, man.
I always go back to jits because it's just something that you always learn something about what you're made out of too. If you're in a fight, you're about to see what you're made out of, man, with challenges and in life too. So again, like life throws these hardballs at you. It really depends on how you respond to it. And it's going to show what you're really made out of on the other side, you know?
I feel like them lower points definitely, I mean, without a doubt, bro, I feel like across the board, people could agree that the lower points are what shapes you, bro. Like just honestly, that's what shapes you. It's like it's
and again, not what defines you, or what shapes you, what creates the person you are today.
When I'm at my lowest, bro, like I know I have ultimate power right there because my want is crazy. You know what I mean? I want to get out of this position. Like I cannot be here. Like, you know what I mean? And it goes back to, I mean, Bible and different sayings and stuff like that. Like, blessed is those who are poor, right? They say that stuff in the Bible.
Yeah.
Well, my family took that literally. Like, well, we just got to be poor. I'm like, nah.
I feel it.
Poor, that means poor within. You know what I mean? Like,
not like
lack.
Yeah.
I'm lacking right now.
Exactly.
So, and that's how we find God is through lack and through struggle is because we feel without. So we have to go and grab source, you know what I mean? Universe, God, whatever you want to call it. But you know what I mean? It's God. I'm like, God, like, please, like, what do I need to see that I'm not seeing, you know? But it has a certain desperation. That prayer at the bottom hits a lot different than that prayer at the top. And
absolutely,
we can learn to pray at the top like we pray at the bottom. We'd be good, bro. You know?
Yeah, man.
I was lucky. I met somebody in Baltimore. They turned me on to this book called The 4-Hour Workweek. He was like, oh, the way you talk, you'd like this book. I read that book, bro. And it showed me how to free up time and make the same amount of money. So I've been on that same type of routine forever. I don't book like a crazy year ahead of time. You know, it stresses me out to book more than like 2 months ahead. Like that's just me personally. You know,
anxiety,
what I mean?
Huh?
Yeah, bro. His kids and his family stuff. I'm like,
stuff comes
man,
up, yeah.
Yeah. And you're trying to find a spot to put them, but I mean, to each his own. But for me, like the book talked about 80-20, bro. 8 out of 10 of our clients are going to be super cool, right? And they're gonna love what you do. They're gonna pay you, tip you, tell people about you, and come back. You know what I mean? And they only take up 20% of your time. But then there's that 20% that like, hey, can you cross this T? Can you dot this I? I really want it just this way. And you're like, I'm not gonna like doing this, and you're not gonna like this tattoo. And then our younger self would do that type of stuff. And then they're like, oh, and all we did was what they asked for. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh man, you kick yourself in the ass about it. Well, there's a book, like I said, but those people, bro, that 20% that want you to cross some T's, dot them I's, they take up 80% of your time. And so that book it taught me, this was years ago, probably like 12, 13 years ago, I read that book, and it taught me to cut those clients. You fire them people from your life.
Yeah.
And you free up 80% of your time, bro. And I just gave it to my kids and I gave it here, or I tattooed more. You know, and that was how I handled my appointments. It was like I said, like I only tattoo cool ass people. Like really,
Yeah.
all my clients are cool. Assholes attract assholes. Cool people attract cool people. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And then we've got so good at this. You know, I know you can relate. Where you see a message, and you might send a recall message, but usually from the first message that they're sending, you're like, nah, like I don't fuck with this client. You know what I mean? I don't. It's not my vibe. Like it ain't worth me putting myself in your energy. You know what I mean? To even fuck around. You know.
I've had this conversation with another artist too that was like, we cut off. It's not even about the money, man. It's all about the experience too. So even if it's like this, again, this 20%, right? This percentile of the clients that are like, they're trying to pay the dollar.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you know that experience is going to be terrible. Okay.
Oh man, it's the worst.
Those clients that are like, they really deserve that slot, or they've handed it out to their own selves because how their rep, like the rep that you're talking about, you know, this whole rapport, fill up that slot with that person saying like, it doesn't matter what this guy's going to pay me. It's just not going to be worth it though. The experience is going to be terrible. It's been resonating a lot, you know, and like the law of attraction too, with like attracting what you have in your vibe in your spot. If you are able to control what comes in and out of through your, like your door, your shop, then you should also be able to control that energy and the experience and the vibe and like the good people, the good clients. There shouldn't be a reason why you have a bad day.
Absolutely. I feel like that's a great thing. I don't know if it would apply to me as like a newer artist coming in. You know what I mean?
It's hard.
You know,
it's
I
hard.
feel like you take what you can get. The bullshit's gonna build you. You'll learn how to fuck with good clients, and you'll learn how to, you know what I mean? Identify ones that ain't gonna work for you. You know what I mean?
It takes time, man. It takes time. Like it didn't happen overnight. And you start building your, like your rep of people knowing who you are and how you work, just understanding too. I appreciate all those clients that are just all the situations that we run into, bro. Like you see all those messages.
Yeah, you're like,
it's all good.
How much for a tat? Like, motherfucker, man, punch you in the face right now. Like, how much for a tat?
This ain't that kind of spot, my boy.
I know, you know, it's just different, bro. You know,
yeah, it's nice to know that you can like you shout out to your clients, you know, like
definitely,
you know, good peeps, you know.
And it's the same people and their kids as kids. You know how it works. You're like,
it's rotational, yeah,
and it's like I don't care if somebody goes to somebody else or whatever. Like, do you? You know what I mean? I don't care if you want to come back. That's it. But it's just that feeling, man. I think it's all about the clients, like an interaction. Like if I got to spend 8 hours with you, like it ain't gonna be bogus. I'm telling you that right now. I ain't trying to spend a bummy 8 hours, you know?
Yeah, because again, then it's going to be like, why put yourself in that position?
Yeah, and then you really start thinking about the money. You're like, damn, I'm here for 6 or 12 or 8, whatever it is, $100. And you're like, this ain't even worth it. Like, I did not want this. I want an equal energy exchange. That's it.
Yeah. And just good to know that, oh, my client's coming by. Like, I can't wait. Yeah. Like, and we're going to get started. I'm eager to tattoo this next, you know.
Absolutely.
Versus the high tension anxiety off the rip, you know?
Yeah. I get like that when I tattoo new clients, because I'll take new clients here and there.
Yeah.
And when I got a new client, I'm like, man, I wonder how this fool's going to be. Like they better be cool, man. You know?
Yeah, that's hard, bro. That's hard because what do you do at that point? They come in and
you just in it and you got to like kind of take it for what it is. And usually people are pretty cool, man. You got a cool responsive shit to it, you know, just back in, I don't know. It's some people I don't know, I still trip out on them. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't, just being real. I see 2 people married. I'm like, damn, I can see why you married each other, but I do not know how y'all spend every day with each other. That's crazy.
I'll tell you, man. Some people out there, some broken records, some broken instruments, you know?
Oh, it's insane, man. Like,
yeah, you get days of our lives sometimes, man.
I love this path. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't nothing. Like I said, same shit, bro. I feel like everybody's path is pretty hard. You know what I mean? Right. Period. You know what I mean? Like, don't matter if it's a dude in Scottsdale that got his Beamer stolen or the kid in the hood that got his bike stolen. Like, they both mad. You know what I mean? They both mad, bro.
Yeah, that's both a loss, you know?
Yeah, bro. It's a loss, you know? And,
yeah, that's still a bad situation, you know?
Yeah, bro. But it's cool. But I same respect to you, bro. You know what I mean?
From everything you've been through to this point right now, anything you would say, whether what you live by or any kind of advice for anybody, it doesn't have to be like tattoo related, industry related, but just life, like the whole, what you've been through, what would that thing be that you would say?
Bro, it was one thing that probably like saved my life, dog. Like honestly, man, I went to a Buddhist meeting, man, and it was right after, like I said, my kid's mom had passed, and nobody knew me there from Adam, bro. And this old black lady, Penny, came up to me, bro. It was at like a Cardinals player's house. I had no clue, bro. Every walk of life's there.
Yeah.
And I grew up in church, bro. So I'm watching all these like chairs, and it's in a mansion, and this dude's like, and they have like a Chinese symbol on the wall, and they got the Buddha, and they got they're praying on the beads, and the incense are going, these bells are chiming, and then they start chanting, right? They're like, Nam yo ho renge kyo, Nam yo ho renge kyo, Nam yo, and I'm like, whoa, this shit sounds like a cult. You know what I mean?
Some
Like,
seance. You also bring some demons.
yeah, bro, because when you grew up in a white Christian ass family, bro, like that's what I grew up with my white side mostly. And I'm like, this is wild. I'm like, but bro, like at this time, like I said, like my wife, like my kid's mom, like she was murdered, and I didn't grieve in front of my kids. And this is relating to other people in life, period, though. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
gonna come
for sure.
But like I had this darkness in me, bro, and I didn't know. I went to church, prayed to my God. I went to somebody else's church, prayed to my God. Nothing was working, bro. And it wasn't God. It was just my belief system was off.
Right.
What I been taught. And my face started to twitch, bro. I looked like I was on dope. Like it was bad, bro. And I had my kids, you know, like. And when I went to this meeting, bro, I had nothing to lose, bro. Like I was already at my worst, and I was like, "Fuck it," you know what I mean? Like, Nam yo renge kyo, Nam yo renge kyo. I didn't know what I was doing. And after that, he goes, "I see a lot of new faces. You guys can talk amongst each other." And he goes, "If I would have never made it to the NFL if it wasn't for this practice. This isn't like a religion. This is more of a practice of peace and love, and we get to share it with the world. Because if you're Catholic or you're Christian and it works for you, keep it. Because this is just a way to practice peace and love and share it with the world." I'm like, all right, cool. I'm trying to be open-minded, bro, because I'm just looking for healing at this time.
Right.
If I was to share anything with anybody, it was what this lady told me. And she goes, "Hey, young man," she goes, "I can see you lost somebody." And I'm like, "For real? Yeah, you know." And it was a trip because nobody knew me there. I'm like, "Yeah." But when she stepped into my circle, bro, I felt like she was hugging me, dude. It's crazy. And she goes, "Let me tell you something." She goes, "Society doesn't set you up for death. And it doesn't set you up like your church or in society. It's like death is taboo. Like, hey, I'm sorry for your loss. Prayers be with you. If you need anything, call me." That's every message that you will ever get. And it's not that we just really don't know. We don't talk about death like we should. You know what I mean? Right. Like that's coming, bro. Like that's coming. That's 100.
Inevitable, yeah.
You know? And she goes, "Let me tell you something." She goes, "Everything you love and cherish will leave you, or you will leave it. That's what's promised." She goes, "I have this glass of water, and it holds my water so well, right?" She goes, "When I flick it, it tings, and it makes a sound so beautiful like you've never heard before." She goes, "When I hold it up to the sun, this nice rainbow effect shines through it, and it's so beautiful if you've never seen it before." She goes, "But these are the things we take for granted." And she goes, "I set it on the table. It still holds my water so well. When I get up, I accidentally hit it with my elbow. It falls to the floor and shatters." She goes, "In society, the one me and you grew up in, it's, oh shit, I just broke this glass. Like, damn, I can't believe I broke this glass." You know what I mean? Like, it's an upsetting thing. And she goes, "In Buddhism, it's of course this glass broke. Because you see, everything you love and cherish will leave you, or you'll leave it. That's what's promised. So if you know that this glass is already broken or bound to break, eventually it's going to happen. You're going to appreciate every moment you had with it, or every moment you have with it." You know what I mean? And that was like, bro, I had instant healing hit me from head to toe. I felt God through my whole body, bro.
I've never even heard of that. That's tough.
Bro, it was the coolest. I never twitched again. I was able to pass that to my kids. I'm not like a Buddhist or anything like that. Like it's just something. I felt God in another place, bro. Wow. I felt it. You know what I mean? I felt God in another place, and it was great. That's who we are, bro. And it's like I feel like it keeps us present. You know what I mean? Like, what's today? I can't worry about tomorrow. I can schedule it out. But there's going to be things that come up that I can't worry about. What can I do today? You know what I mean? Right. I can appreciate you today. I can appreciate this time. This may be the last time we ever speak, man. You know what I mean? You never know. You know what I mean? But in reality, it's just crazy, bro. Like I said, everything you love and cherish will leave you, or you will leave it. You know what I mean? So you got to appreciate every moment you have with it.
That's talk about a mindset, reinventing that negative thought or the negative way you're living out your life, waking up. Some people saying the way they wake up, that kind of starts to dictate their day. That sucks because then you're already starting off, like they say, in the wrong foot.
It's so weird. What if I would have never heard that, bro? What if I would have went down a darker path? Like, it was just crazy.
The person that you were at that moment, well, like you said, you're going through this, you have this fog, you have that clarity, that mental clarity. That's tough. You know, that's good.
It shows you, like, we come into this world with nothing, bro. Like, everything that's added is, we're already up. Don't matter what we got, we're already up. We came in here with nothing, and we'll leave with nothing. But I'm like all this stuff, bro. Like in reality, like if one at our most chaotic point in time, our house burnt down and we lost everything. Like, are we really mad? Yeah. Like, are we really mad? Like, nah. Like, you just cleaned my house for free. Now I get to start over from
exactly.
You know. And I've been holding on to all this shit that don't even matter.
It's all about that outlook. Tell everybody where you at, where they can find you.
Cool, yeah. So I'm Izzy Escobedo, man. You find me on Instagram at Izzy_Esco. Post all my work, comedy, stuff like that on there. It's just all me.
That's right.
And that's it, man. I'm over here at Collective Art, Mesa, Arizona.
Shout out to the crew, man. We got to get them on there. You as an artist, your story, how you're just, what makes you like this unique just person, you know, like this.
It's the same, bro. Like, I've seen you, man. Like I said, you know, I'm not the same person you've seen in Puerto Rico or New York or wherever.
No, it's growth.
Person I seen there either, bro. Like, we're always growing. We're always somebody different. And I feel like giving that chance to somebody to be different, like, hey, let me meet this person again or whatever. It's like meeting you for the first time.
Yeah, man.
I still, you know, feeding off the old energy. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
That's common stuff.
People need to hear this. If you can't grasp anything, at least that last bit of that you said, man, if someone could grasp that. But the spiral upward, not always thinking that it's a spiral down or just making circles. It's a little bit increments at a time, man. Like we said.
Yeah, bro. The micro adjustments, you know what I mean?
It's tough. It's real.
It definitely is. But that, man, congratulations on the family too, bro. Like I
appreciate you. Same to you.
I follow your story, man, from the proposal to the baby to all that stuff, you know. And it's like, it's cool to see, like, when one of your boys is living just a better life. You see it, bro. We become different people, man. You know what
blessed,
I mean?
man, like you said too, bro. Like, counting your blessings, that law of attraction, like they say, that manifest that positive destiny. And it's been really cool, man. Also to you, man, the success with all the things you're changing, how many lives out there. It's a beautiful thing. You're able to do that too, man. You have the power, like they say, this gift, this to what you can create, not just these tattoos, but change these people's lives, man.
Like you said, your lens, changing a lens, or they're changing your lens.
Yeah.
I love my clients, man. Just like you do. And you know, certain clients, like, they're lucky to have you on their side as a conscious tattoo person. You know what I mean? Like, hey, cause we're like therapists half the time, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Without the qualifications of
that qualifications or the pay, man, but it's cool. You know, I'll take what I can get. You know?
I appreciate this time too, that you know what I mean, to make this out, you know, to join me on this session. This is dope. I'm doing a lot of these like the Zooms with a lot of artists now, because this breaks a lot of barriers where I can't just pull up to your shop. Now I could just one-on-one with a lot of homies, you know? So
that's dope.
So I definitely want you, I just thank you for being part of the project, basically.
I appreciate you having me on, dude, because I think it's super cool. You know, I got to scan through a couple episodes of stuff. I'm gonna check some more stuff out, man.
Peace out, brother. Thank you. Later on.